sort of meals that you can pop in the oven, walk away, come back an hour later and find them perfectly done, then try this Moroccan baked chicken with lemon and coriander couscous. A nice oven-proof dish with a lid like this is ideal for this dish, but if you don't have something like this, then just use any oven-proof dish that you have with some foil on top. I've got 4 skinless chicken legs here, which I'm just going to pop in the dish. I just bought the normal ones with the skin on and then took the skin off and trimmed off any excess fat. This is just because it's just healthier. If you're desperate for the chicken skin, you can leave it on. Here I have a tablespoon of Ras El Hanout. I'm really sorry if I haven't pronounced that properly, and I'm just going to rub that over the chicken here. It's a traditional Moroccan rub, and the name actually means top of the shop, and so traditionally if you were in Morocco and you went shopping in the market, then you would ask for the top of the shop, and it would be the guy who owns the shop, like all his best spices. You can buy it in the supermarket in the World Foods aisle. It's a mixture of all sorts of wonderful spices, including cinnamon and coriander and cumin and rose petals, and it's really nice not only for this dish but for other tagines and other Moroccan dishes. Now the chicken is well coated with that. I'm going to wash my hands. I'm going to drizzle 2 tablespoons of honey over the chicken now. Here I've got a tin of prunes and juice, not syrup. I'm just going to rip them in half, chuck them in, obviously get rid of the stones. You can buy them without stones. Just chuck them in so they're kind of evenly distributed amongst the chicken. The prunes are a really typical Moroccan flavour. They really taste so nice. When you taste it, you'll know why I use them. I'm just going to nestle them in between the chicken. Spread them all around. It smells amazing. I've also got 1 can of chickpeas, which I've drained, also typically Moroccan. Just spread them over the chicken like that. I've got 3 cloves of garlic. I'm just slicing them up roughly. Just chuck that in. Got 1 onion. Just going to cut it into wedges. Place that on top. And then 1 large sweet potato. This one weighs about roughly ½ kilo. Just going to peel that and dice it into chunks. Just cut them really roughly into bite-sized chunks and just put them in the dish. I have the juice from the can of prunes here. I'm going to pour all of that over as well. And then roughly the same amount of water. Now that's all the preparation work. Ideally you'd want to do this maybe the night before or the morning before you want to eat it, just to let all the flavours infuse. But if you can't do that, no problem. I'm just going to pop that in a preheated oven. Gas mark 3 is 160. And then we'll make the couscous just before we serve it. It will need to stay in the oven for between 1 and 2 hours. This has been in for an hour and a half. I know it's ready because the potatoes are nice and soft. If I just find the chicken underneath. Yeah, that's just falling off the bone. It smells absolutely amazing. So I just want to give it a tiny little mix up like this. I don't want to mash the potatoes, don't want to break up the chicken. I'm now going to put it back in the oven on a high heat. Turn the oven up to 220, that's gas mark 7. So that's going to go in for about 10 minutes while I make the couscous. Couscous couldn't be easier to make. You just need 200 grams of couscous. I've got 25 grams of butter, 1 teaspoon of coriander leaf. It's not dried coriander, it's coriander leaf. And then I'm going to add 2 tablespoons of lemon juice. And this makes a really nice lemon and coriander couscous. Then you add 250 ml of boiling water and give everything a really good stir. I'm now going to leave the couscous for 5 to 10 minutes until the water has been absorbed. So when the couscous is ready, just fluff it up with a fork like this to break it up before you serve it. Here's my chicken. It smells absolutely amazing and it's gone nice and brown on the top from being in the oven on the high heat. And now I'm going to serve it. So here we have Moroccan baked chicken. It's around £1.40 a serving and it's absolutely delicious. Ideal for entertaining. Just throw it in the oven and forget about it. So here we have Moroccan baked chicken, costs around £1.40 a serving, really easy to make and absolutely delicious. For full recipe details visit gourmetmum.tv where there's loads of other recipes you can try as well. Thank you so much. Goodbye!